We are live. Okay, guys. Today's gonna be fun because I have new game modes. And let me just show you. One of these modes is temporary. And you can try it out for a limited amount of time. Completely free. Obviously, this game isn't even out yet. The Theta, right? Salam, Jay. You joined immediately. How? Welcome. Welcome, Jay. The Theta. Not the beta, not the alpha. The theta is the only one with the boss so that you guys can test out the different bosses and tell me what you think about them. And then later on, we're going to remove it. How are you doing, Akhi? I'm doing good. How are you, Akhi? Akhoy. Akhbarak. Like, akhbarak's like, what have you been up to? How's the moderator thing? Are you networking hard? Are you on everyone's stream? There's one person's stream that I didn't see you on. Well, I joined his stream. Reza Nexa. I'm wasting the OX Alpha tokens like crazy. 4B tokens so far. What's OX Alpha? I'll show you guys this. I'm gonna choose random. I'm gonna choose random while I talk to Jay. But check out the bosses, okay? This is... Imagine we just get... Oh no, we didn't. So this is a new map. If you've seen the old game, you can tell this is a new map. And this guy has abilities, and his ability is sometimes he just buries your word. I'll show you what I mean. I'll type his word, heat wave. See, look, it's like the sand buried you. You saw that text, right? Long story short, this is full test mode, which is why we have this yellow stuff dug out, right? It's not gonna look like that when I actually do publish the game. For now, I'm gonna keep those things, even though they're extremely AI. Like, it looks very AI, obviously. But it's descriptive. People can see it. I know it disappears really quickly, so it's difficult to see, but it's there. It's nice. And in terms of like seeing it, this is being live recorded, so you can always pause this video and actually check to see what it says to get an understanding, and then criticize me. I want the criticism. Reza Nexa built this thing Nexa, and I just in last stream gave him all the criticism. And then yesterday night, he was working on it, and he made some of the changes based on what I said. I want to do the same. I want to make changes based on what you say. So that's basically where we're at, and we'll get into it. As soon as more people join, I want you to join Keywars.io. Keywars.io. Yeah. So join the lobby. I'm going to create a lobby. Am I on localhost? Oh, I'm on the localhost. Let me set up the lobby, Jay. Stealth mode. It's free to use for limited time. Stealth model, meaning company pre-released the model. Welcome, by the way, Cosmo. Welcome back. Company pre-released the model. Anonymous to get feedback before full release. OX Alpha. Interesting. OX Alpha. We'll check it out while people join the lobby as soon as I make this lobby. Okay, I really want you to give your AI my new Clipper Flash repo and help me figure it out. Your Clipper Flash repo. Oh, my light wasn't on me. There we go. Like it's like it clips videos for you. Yeah, I am on my way home. Dual join. All right, take your time. We will try some things later. We'll do a bunch of new things. Anyone who's in the chat, if you want to join the, I didn't even make the lobby. My bad. So this is the new maps, bunch of new trinkets, even new everything. Fraud. create the lobby. Check this out. We got bosses. And it's live. And so you can test the bosses and tell me what you think about them. And I'm completely okay with removing the bosses. I completely, like changing a boss, switching out a new boss, doing a bunch of different stuff with these bosses. And I have a full-blown studio where we can even generate new bosses, new ideas that you have. So these are some of the bosses, and as you can see, when you look over here, it says boss, because it's a boss. And you got, of course, these are the new trinkets that I added, abilities, and I added actives and passives, and I'm basically going all out with this. This is a whole new game format, okay? This went from being like a nice little typing game where you can learn how to type while having fun and going on like a story mode adventure to a full-blown battle. End game is adversarial mode becomes like a 5v5 like in Mobile Legends or something where it just becomes a full-blown game. And the typing mechanic is just going to get us to that point where people can come in. But then these abilities are going to be sophisticated enough. Right now I'm trying to find the balance. I don't want them to be too sophisticated where people sit there and read, like with Mobile Legends, when you want to get good at the game, you sit there and you read, how do I stack abilities, right? And different types. There's only 3 types. There's the buff type, the control type, and the damage type. And these are your choices of heroes. They get different, not abilities, but different passives and actives. The overall build, like when you build it, it's kind of the same. And later on, I'll do things where the buff, for example, gives this guy 1+ armor. A certain item may or may not give him extra stuff because it's built for him. You know what I mean? Or the class. The buff class. I like this buff. It's green. Hey, Epic Fusion. Do you want to join the lobby and play the game, the typing game, where we can pioneer a whole new meta? Not a meta. Meta is within the game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a fun game. I'll show you. Stick around. I'll show you. Let me just read what was written here. Yeah, you can check Clipper Flash until then, and maybe help fix it if you want. We'll check. I'll check later. Let's see if we can get some people to try the game and tell me what they think about the bosses, the trinkets. I always wanted to be a boss. Maybe we can set up a thing later within the game where there's modes where like you can be the boss. I don't know. Anything's open. Like ideas come my way, flow. Like Reza Nexa. He built the what is it called, an ADE, I think, basically an Agentic Development Environment. Is that what it stands for? I actually never checked what it stands for. I think it means, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because that's basically what it is. ADE, meaning in coding. Watch it not be that. I've just been an idiot. Agentic Development Environment. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm still kind of new to this, I'll be honest. Like, the ADE thing, you know, the different places. Because I've just been using Claude. I went from anti-gravity to Claude Code Desktop app, and that's the extent of the changes that I've made. And now it's basically decided I'm going to Nexa, which is built by Reza Nexa, and it needs to meet the standard, we'll say, for me able to keep my workflow. And that's basically the goal. That's the next level for me. But anyway, I think if I just start playing the game, then it'll make sense what's happening. I'll go in horde mode. And then if anyone's joining the chat, join me in this game. The more people play this game, the easier it is to win. Storm, Rat, Horde, Veil, Banner, Raid, Wyvern. Is that a word? I mean, I've never heard it being said. Use of the AD critic reminds me, the Discord community, somebody sent an ADE for me to critique. Actually, she just sent it because she likes it, but I'm gonna critique it. So I do, I'm critique. This is the role of a content creator, to critique. I'm a critique. Wave 2 cleared. Who wants to join? If anyone wants to join, check keywords.io and join my lobby. Free for a long time because I'm still building it. A long limited amount of time. Nice. We run Pike. Oh my god, this longbow, it keeps covering Vector, Shade, Thunderclap, Battlement. So okay. I think I might have made him a little. Actually, no, it's not too hard. Not too hard. Because once there's people who join, then all of a sudden it makes sense, right? Plus, I didn't use any of my abilities. Right now, you can only have 3 at a time. That's something I forgot to change. And initially, I wanted it to be set up in a way where the only way to see how an ability works is to put it in the table, where you can do trades with people. But I'm starting to realize that even though this is kind of a good idea in terms of like getting people to kind of forcing trade so that they know the features, they put it on the table, right? Because this is the war chest. This is all of your abilities, or all the active abilities. You can have a bunch of different stuff down here, but only the ones that you've chosen get shown. So it's easy for you to find the ones that you want when you're making a build. This is your build. These are the ones that you take with you to the game. So this is the place that while you're playing, you have them. This is the place that while you're in the lobby, you can choose them. And then this is the place where you trade them. And I made it so that this is the only place where you can read what they do. And so that needs to be changed. Later on, there's going to be a full, you could say, rewrite of the entire lobby. Because little things like this is extremely annoying. The fact that like these buttons are on the left, the characters on the right, it just looks AI. It looks like design was not a priority. You know what I mean? Even though there's like a nice gradient in the background, which I like. I appreciate when AI, makes these sorts of executive decisions to make it look nice, right? And it does work, that gradient, but this entire page, if I'm being honest, just kind of doesn't work. All the mechanics are there though. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm back. Time to join. Nice. Oh, Jay is in. Anyone else in the chat who wants to join? 1v1. You want to go? You want a 1v1? Let's do it. Let's 1v1. You guys, anyone in the chat? It's too late. We're going 1v1. I actually haven't tested the 1v1 mechanic. Let me choose the build. Blast. Oof. And pause. Those are the ones that I'm going to use against Jay. And let's go. That's funny. His eye, it's just like it goes up a little. He's like, Herald, Chum, At, Code, Shield, Valor, Ghost, Board. Quick. Fury. Heart. Siege. Bone. Wolf. Parry. Shield. Grim. Troll. Pixel. Pause. Fury. Mace. Lance. Lance. Fury. Fury. I think we have a bug. Sword. Warrior. Sword. Quest. Oof. On. So I think we found the bug. Already we found the bug. Wyvern. Pixel. Valor. Quest. Are you running out of poofs? Are you running out of poofs, Jay? Do you feel the pressure? Your side stands. Haha. Because you don't have the builds, right? Oh, this is where that mend one was. This is the mend. You see what I mean, though, Jay? Like, it's not just a typing game anymore, right? It's an actual... Oh, hi, Reza. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Yesterday, you were... I saw you'd made a lot of changes. You fixed a bunch of stuff. That's actually, like, really... very, very nice for me, because I want to switch. I want to go to an ADE. I just looked it up to make sure that I'm saying the correct thing. This is an ADE, and somebody who joined the Discord, Louise from yesterday, sent me another ADE that I'm probably gonna test out. I'm gonna wait for her to come back. Might as well test when she's actually here. But I want Nexa, because you got me. I like you, Reza. That's why I want Nexa. I just woke up yesterday, worked 18 hours. Bro, your internet is a problem. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I know you're grateful and you're just gonna do your best and it's cool. I'm just saying things. It's not a harness, if I'm correct. No, it's a full-blown, like, goes from the... Wait, is it a harness? No, it's a harness. Wait, hold on. What is the difference between an agentic development environment, as you can see here, according to Google, there's some key features of an ADE, and what is known as a harness? What is the difference? We're going to learn that today. Right now. Let's check. And what I'm going to do, because Gemini is nice, don't get me wrong. It is. I'm going to ask Pable, because, you know, Pable is nicer. What happened? Am I still live? Okay, yes, I'm still live. Harness is something that provides tools. AD is something that hosts the harness, kind of like an interface to manage. Interesting. Quick stop running. What do you stop running? The local host. Let's conserve some resources. Only stop the local host programs that I'm not currently using, including Chimp World. Yeah. Something weird happened. I'm gonna have to ask Claude about it off stream. But something weird happened. My GPU, we all have technical difficulties, Reza. I'll tell you mine. Yes, my internet is very bad. If I get some cell, I might get Starlink. It's expensive here, about 2.5K dollars. Not available officially here. Like 2.5 thousand. That's resident switch country Afghanistan. Yeah. All right, we stopped the servers now. Let's ask about ADE versus harness. Explain using analogy. Be concise. Be concise and avoid too much jargon. It's way better than saying, explain to me like I'm 5. You know, that's like the popular one. No. Like, just choose what you want, you know? That's what I want. I want quick. I just want to know quickly with analogy. Give me an example. What's the difference? What is it, this difference that must exist? Because there's two different words. So if there's two different words, chances are there's a reason for the fact that there's two different words. Probably because there's two different sentiments. Even though to me right now they mean the exact same thing, I can't tell the difference. And I made the wrapper, and somebody in the chat was like, "That's not a harness, that's a wrapper. You're wrong." And I was like, "Thank you for the tip," which is the title of my of my live stream. So that, you know, thank you. ADE, Agentic Development Environment. Analogy is the chef in a kitchen. Is the whole restaurant kitchen. This is basically what Reza built. He built the whole restaurant. I was about to say chicken. Thanks, but I speak Dari, not Pashto. Pashto, okay. You start using Hermes desktop. I'm learning it, but it has a lot of stuff. Where are you from, Jay? I'm from Pakistan. Literally, I'm from Pakistan. But people do speak Pashto, so Habibi is a very Arabic word, though. Are you just saying that because I'm Arabic and you think, you know, you say things I think he might say? Alright, that's basically what Reza built. The kitchen. The workspace where the AI chef works. The files, the terminal, the browser, the tools, the permissions. It's the room. The harness is the head waiter plus rulebook. The wrapper that runs the chef's loop, takes the order, your prompt, hands the chef tools one at a time, checks what comes back, enforces rules, automate touch, when to stop, and plates the rest result for you. Actually, no. Reza, you built an ADE and you put a harness inside of it. Actually, if you can make it an option to go have direct connection without like the rule book, then I would basically just switch right now. Wait. What it made touch? When to stop? Yeah, that's basically I do my own harnesses. I got the VidChimp harness, which I'll show you right now. They're really nice. Oh. Hermes, I know. Hermes is oh my god, I started a local host even though I really should not. And I'll explain to you why I really should not in a bit, but I need to close the local host. My name is Arabic too. Side of the face. Why is that? That's what I said. Malaysia is full of Arabic people. That's right. Um, Malaysia has a population with a lot of people from Southeast Asia, Asia, or not from South these places, and Arabic, right? Like roots from there. But then they have a strong identity, if I'm not mistaken, or where it's like we're all Malaysian. Am I right? Do I have a good sense of what the world is like? Like, is that like a thing? Or am I just wrong? Let me know like that. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but isn't that like a core? Because all societies have like core issues, right? Isn't that like a core issue that's like the resolution is we are all the same in Malaysia because there's such an ethnic diversity? My name is Arabic too, that's what I said. Don't make harness. Too complicated stuff. And Anthropic doesn't allow third-party harness on their plans. For that, you can use CLI. If you use CLI like Claude or Codex, CLI, you skip it, but you won't get agent mode browser use, computer use, but the rest will work direct like Claude and Codex, etc. And Nexa chat, so you have to use terminal CLI instead Nexa, which is available. Yeah. I just had shawarma 40 minutes ago. Okay, Malaysia is so diverse, but majority Egyptians, Yemen, Saudi, Arab. Let's see. Yeah, Nexa's UI UX is for me. Obviously, everyone's gonna have their own reason to go to Nexa. For me, that's like the main thing I want. But then, I'm seriously, I'm considering switching my workflow up and just going with the rules that you have set in place, because the UI UX is purpose built. So that's another thing to think about. The UI UX is built for the kind of harness that you made, right? So much engineering stuff to think about with ADE, ADX. ADX? What is it? Average directional index. That has nothing to do with it. That's a trading thing. Anyway, here's my my harness. Are you ready for my harness? I showed this before, but I'll show it again. This is my harness. Isn't it cute? Vid chimp. And there's a bunch of skills that I'm proud of. Here's the skills. List the videos. All the videos that I save. Sandbox can create a bunch of stuff. Widgets even. Kind of like your pad app that exists in here. But it's like a minimal version. Read clip list, find things, select the video. So it just goes sorts through my videos. Filter. Download clips. Those ones actually download the clips. Yeah, and it also has the ability to go just see all the videos that I have up and do whatever I want with them, kind of. Which means that all the videos that I save, like the live videos, look, literally says like here, live now, right? So this gets saved locally, and then everything gets saved and transcribed so that later on I can play the YouTube game. Like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna win. Like, there's a strategy involved there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm telling you, like right now, I'm gonna have so many topics that I talk about, and I'm gonna cross-reference what's currently trending with what I've spoken about, and when that currently trending thing starts trending, I'm gonna get Hema, my editor, to go make a video quick about it. Yusuf said this a long time ago about this thing. And then it just kind of trend hopping. That's how all the people make it, I think. We'll have to test it out and see. But now I'm just positioning myself with this purpose-built harness, going back to the whole harness thing, to win. Reza and Exa is basically UI UX is the UI and UX is purpose-built for the harness that you made. Am I right? Am I just saying random things? Am I confused? After new update, you tried and 100 plus features, bugs improvement, plus 75 rewrote and Rust. I'll try it. Yo, we back again. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, join the lobby. The game. I have bosses. I have bosses now. Lots of bosses. Claudio. Enlighten us, Busy Slim. I will enlighten. I am an enlightener. Welcome, by the way. Hand up. Good morning. Vietnam, good morning. Only ADE I use apart from my herder is T3 code. I don't know. I just like it. Yeah, T3 code's one advantage is it's open source completely and it's super minimal and simple, so you can take it in whatever direction you want because you can just change it however you want. But do you want to do all that work? That's the thing. I now set up tail scale with Termius. That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. Good morning, Salam, Primash. I have bosses for you. You like the game, right? I have bosses for you. All right. We got down the vid chimp local host if it's running. I don't even know if it's still running. I need to conserve resources. I said earlier that I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. So to make a really long story short, my computer has a power supply, a PSU unit of 750 watts. Now, I have a light over here, which is taking electricity. I have a camera over here, which is taking electricity. I have a USB powered monitor. It's a very small, cheap monitor from Temu, but it's USB powered, connected to the computer. Here, I have what is it called? I forgot. Audio interface. Over here, also USB powered, pulling in power. Enough power, phantom power is what it's called, or the mic phantom power. Okay, so it's just a lot of power being pulled, and then also I have two GPUs, small GPUs, but two of them, the TIs, both of them TIs, 380 or sorry 360 and 560. So they're both pulling in power. I'm reverse overclocking. I'm underclocking everything. I realize that you need to do that if you're pulling in this much power. Literally, will get dangerous if I don't do this. So now I just have a bunch of power caps on all of my everything, which puts me in a position that's nice because I want the GPUs because I want to be able to run a bunch of things. Experimentation, like AIs, and we tried something earlier with the trading thing. So I want all that, and I want all these monitors, and I want them all to have their own dedicated thing, but I don't really need to overclock everything all the time, right? Plus, it's sustainable. So that's the position I'm in. Turns out I didn't get the calculation correct. And what ended up happening is on my screen over here, I just saw some squares. Crazy. Like pixels, weird pixely square things, consistent across the board. When I started the OBS stream a couple days ago, 2 days ago, and then I was like, it's okay. I think we're okay. Turned off the monitor, turned it back on. But then I heard noises. And I think it's the PSU. So I put down the cap. You can do that with your computer. Fable, just say, put a cap on my GPU. What are my resources? And it shows you all the resources. So I basically lowered the cap on all my resources, including the CPU. It's really primarily just three: the CPU, the GPU, and the other GPU. And that's basically where we're at right now, and we're good, stable. But, and this is a different thing. This isn't a problem from having too much strain on the power supply. It's a problem, I think, from what is called the converter. Now, I'm not an electrician. I don't know exactly what's going on. One USB is powering the light over here and the monitor over here from one USB outlet. And so every once in a while, the light will just go blink, right? So I really need to figure out my power situation because once you reach a certain point with the size of your setup, you got to think about these sorts of things. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and so I explained that just now. What do you guys think? Have you run into a problem like this? Are you willing to run into these sorts of problems just so that you can have screens everywhere and feel like Tony Stark? Me personally, imagine this is the Spider-Man glasses that Tony Stark gave Spider-Man. I am. Join the lobby, guys. Join the lobby. Over here, and we can play boss mode and test out these guys one by one. I'll explain these trinkets while you guys join. You might not have access to the trinkets immediately because it depends on your level. And if you didn't know about this, choosing a different skin gives you a different ability, like a base ability that has a refresh rate CC. So you can freeze the enemies for 3 seconds every 9 seconds. Every 9 seconds you can just trigger it. Or Yalla. Yalla. Malaysians know what this means. -1 word on everyone. 60 seconds, because that's a powerful one. You know what I mean? That's a big one. So you gotta have like a long refresh. 60 seconds. You just wait. You can only use it once a minute. And then buff, which I think can be really useful. Like if you're a support type, you can focus more on, instead of typing all the words and it's difficult, you can still be a valuable asset to the team by making sure that you get the correct trinkets and memorizing a couple of words, really, like buff/buff, you know? This is how, by the way, because I thought about this, like, this is basically engineering. I'm an engineer, I'm telling you. An architect, maybe. Long story short, this is how I'm going to make it possible for when it's difficult to type and you're not really that interested in typing, but you do think it's a fun game that you want to play, that you can actually have fun. You just memorize a couple of words, and those become your words, and now it just becomes a pure speed thing in that one narrow domain. And so you can just /buff, and then based on another trinket, /mend. Like this is the mend ability. You can see the mend is a pretty interesting one. You have a second wind passive ability where every wave clear heals you +1 heart. That's crazy passive, right? You just keep healing. Keep in mind, I'm adding all of these because pretty soon it's going to be extremely difficult. Like pretty soon it's going to be a situation where, like, when you play the game, it's not just a couple of creeps coming your way. No, it's going to be a bunch of bosses, creeps, weird things happening, distractions. Like, this game is going far. And so all these things which now kind of make you OP are gonna come in clutch later on. All right, nobody's joining. I'll just play. Jay, are you still there? I don't think Jay is still there. Are you still there? I'm gonna have to kick you. If you're not there. No, I thought he was there. All right, I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys using random. Actually, I'll just go one by one. You guys have seen kings. Kings is the bosses from before. Ranges, this is what the boss looks like. And this is what the map looks like. Isn't that nice? So, lantern, barn, yard, hillside. And then he turns into two. So you have to type willow, peak. That's how you get him. So basically, he's like one boss, but you have to type so many words for him. That's his special thing. Some of the other ones, AI just kind of did this. I'm going to change it. Also have 5 words that you have to type, but I'm going to reduce the words and I'm going to change some of the outcomes. Some of the abilities. This one, I really like this one. Chill wind, he'll freeze everything. Look. He'll just do it. Saw that? He just froze everything. Now I can't type. And it's a really small freeze. But if it comes in at the perfect time, it can be really annoying. Like right now, you know, and it can throw you off, especially if you're a fast typer. Because you'll be typing, everything gets frozen, gets frozen, and you're like, oh. So there's that. Looks cool, bro. Thank you. And then you got this one, Storm, Cloud Bank, Cloud Bank, Fallen Idol, Thunder Roll, Storm Front, Rock Slide. I guess he doesn't do anything to him. What did I have him do? Because I spent a lot of time. This is a test, by the way. Spent a lot of time on the studio, where I chose all of the rules, and I didn't implement anything. I just told Fable, I was like, Fable, listen, we've spent a lot of time choosing the rules and how everything works. Go for it. Implement, deploy. And this is this is we're testing now. But what were the rules that I set up for him? There he is. I think he's supposed to slow or something like that. Leak chip, it's armor pips before heart, slow heavy wave. Ah, yeah, this one I didn't get to it. I fixed the ogre, whose animation was just bad, and I fixed. That's really about it. I fixed him, he was bad. The other ones I didn't fix, but the other ones are pretty nice. And I also fixed the lumberjack who was there from before. And the lumberjack was already working, but the timing was wrong. So if you remember playing the game before, when you click space to jump and the log comes your way, sometimes 2 things happen. One is you jump over, you clear it, and then you just take a hit anyway. And 2 is you jump over it, but somebody else doesn't, they get hit, and then everyone takes -1 HP, which is like, why did you jump? So that's fixed, or at least it should be. We'll test it like in real when we go and play that. We have a large enough user base, which is why you should join the lobby, keywars.io lobby prod. So we'll see if that actually works. Yo, Mimi Gyan. I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you something that I completely forgot. I just remember thinking about you. Oh yeah, the game that Reza was testing. Can you send it to me? I want to test it. The climbing one looks fun. What's up, Yusuf? Hi, Zico. Do you want to try the bosses? Oh, that's right. I didn't show the last boss. This is the last boss. And I just really love this map, honestly. Isn't cool? I made this look like water. This was a mistake earlier when AI made it. There was just this area here. It didn't fit, you know? And then I was like, add lines, make it look like water. And now it actually looks like water, so that worked out. Anyway, what does this guy do? I think he buries. Yeah, this guy's the difficult one. Yeah, see that? There's gonna be a yellow text. I'm gonna remove that yellow text. Yeah, give me your Discord. Make the Discord that you were talking about. Yeah, well, guess what? Mimgyan. Guess what? I made it. I have the Discord. I have, and there people joined because yesterday everyone was like also saying, "Do you have a Discord?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." I made it 2 days ago when you said make it now, but that night is when I finished it. So now it's actually done. It's done. Look, check this out. We have people in the Discord. Like people joined. This chimp is the bot. I made a chimp. Of course I did. We have a new chimp. This chimp. There's gonna be a day where I just go all out with this chimp. Pin it here. Yes, that's exactly what I literally did this yesterday. I know exactly where I'm supposed to go because I did this exactly yesterday. Event server boost plus invite to server. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the button. All right. Oh my god. Okay. That's Discord. Join the Discord after you've joined the lobby so we can raid some bosses. Guys, let's do this. Is it even still active? Let me try your game. Nobody's playing my game right now. Mimi. Community builds. Lego. Lego put his fix map. We'll wait for him to join the stream and then spam us with, look at my thing. And then when he does, we'll look at his thing. So we'll just leave that there. You gonna post your game here? Mimi? Oh, and the rules, by the way, of the Discord is, I didn't really exactly add all the rules yet. Yeah, I'm gonna change this. This chimp, because AI does this, took executive, sometimes the executive decisions that Pable makes are problematic. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this. That's not the rules. That is not the rules. Where's the delete button? Oh, here it is. All right. Pro tip. The rules, all four. Not the rules. These are not the rules, guys. Pro tip, you can hold down shift when clicking delete message to bypass the confirmation entirely. Ooh. Okay. Pable. Pable, my guy. My guy. This chimp came up with rules for the Discord. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Here are the rules. Number 1. What Yusuf says goes. Alright, let me think of a good, like a nice number 2. What's a nice number 2? Help me out. I've added the website, but keep in mind the games are just templates for now. Have to improve them. Of course, I'll keep that in mind as I attack your game. I'm gonna tell you this sucks, this is bad, but it's okay. I do it with love, and I want you to do the same to me, you know. But also, this could be nice, like in terms of content, you know, because if we make it controversial, I'm like, this developer, these vibe coder developers, look here, look, this is just really unpolished. People are gonna look at that and be like, ooh, that's actually a really good game because I saw it. I'm saying this not just randomly. I saw the game because Reza in his stream yesterday clicked around and it's very polished, it's clean, it's 3D. Like clearly a designer, like an art person did it. And so if I criticize it and I say that's really bad for vibe coders, all the vibe coders of the world are gonna watch that video and they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? This is such a good thing. He must be one of those haters who lost his job because, you know, all these programmers lost their job now because of the vibe coders. And then they're gonna rage and then they're gonna realize I'm not. If they join the community, they'll see Mimi is in the community too, you know. And then they'll, because the world is a nice place that is not judgmental and gives you good faith and just operates generally in good faith, giving people the benefit of the doubt, they'll they'll see the truth and they won't just form their opinion in that snap decision, scroll away and have that opinion forever and definitely about me. So this is rule number 1. Word is a very nice place, yeah, for sure. So is sarcasm. Just in case anyone watches this in the future, you know what's nice? Also, sarcasm. Well, we're making jokes sometimes. What Yusuf says goes. Number 2, you know how to be nice. Be nice. All right, that's the number. Add these rules. Add these rules. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna put it as a rule and then justify my actions by having it as a written rule. Like if someone's mean in the community to someone else and I kick you out, sorry, you know. I will be the decider. We can be considerate. We can attack each other's work constantly as much as we want. Hard. But if you start attacking each other, that's different. And if you can't tell the difference, maybe this community isn't for you. So, join the community. Add it like this is a cult and you treat Yusuf as God. Yes, like like where is he? Where is he? There he is. Dylan Page. I want to click on his channel. He's the emperor. He's the emperor of his thing. Oh my god, I'm in SDR always. This is ridiculous. Properties. Force SDR off. This simply cannot be and will not be fixed. I've tried everything. He does that too. And as you can see here, it worked out for him, calling himself emperor. It's fun. It's like a silly little fun thing, you know. I like his news. high energy. I do not have this amount of energy. Like, this is just not me. I'm not like that in terms of energy. But it's okay. I am like that in terms of fun. Speaking of which, did you send your game? Let's test it out. Create a, all right, this is what I need to do. Create a skill called this, and I put in brackets, it's basically this chimp, and create a set of commands slash, I don't know, commands slash important Discord abilities indexed very nicely to make this skill very efficient, accurate, and most importantly robust. Most importantly, robust. Importantly, if I add an R, will it just work? Intently? No, I think I have to make this to an A. Oh, robust. I'm gonna put robust equals reliable, durable. Those were really the only two things. Very reliable, consistently doing what it's supposed to consistently doing what it's supposed to do. What was the other one? I literally just said it. Reliable and I just had it in my mind and it was a good one. Did you remember? Robust meant those two things. I really liked it. It's gone. It might be gone forever. If you don't remind me, if you're not there in the chat and you didn't hear, and you don't know what I just said, the other one was, it's gone forever. We just lost it. Yeah, it's live on Discord. Add it on Discord. Okay. Very reliable and consistently doing what it's supposed to do. Durable. Durable, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Very durable. It does not easily drift. Drift or... Sorry, not drift. It does not easily break when something inevitably goes wrong. It does not entirely break. And not easily. It does not, because easily doesn't mean anything. Entirely. Basically what I'm saying is when something breaks, one thing happens, it shouldn't break the entire thing. You know what I mean? So it should know not to do a lot of dependencies. Where this depends on that, that depends on this, and then the whole thing doesn't work. Alright, that's good. In the meantime, while this chimp becomes birthed and comes into existence as the creation of us, because we created him, we'll check Meme Gyan. This is the one. Play in browser. All right, let's find out what's broken about this game. Full screen. Yes. Ooh, I did not know it could go like this. I did not know that it could go full screen. This is almost Mecha Chameleon level. This is almost Mecha Chameleon level. Just from here, I haven't even clicked play. I haven't even started it. Almost Mecha Chameleon level detail, and Mecha Chameleon was very successful, which says a lot about the potential here of Meme Gyan. All right. But I'm gonna first. What I'm gonna do is locate my mouse. See, this is the problem. I found the problem. The mouse, I can't see it because it's small. So that could be a very big minimal impact. What is it? Low. What is that? High impact. There's like a thing about the reward. Anyway, forget about it. Just do the mouse thing. Levels. Oh, I used to love these sorts of games where you go level. I found like a little thing that could be fixed. Sometimes it goes outside. Skins. So what I did really, I just clicked on this button down here, and clearly all these buttons work very nicely. So good job on that. And I also really like the little animation thing. When I click it, you can see it pops out. Right? It comes. You know what I mean? Like it goes. That's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. Not enough coins. Okay. This won't happen in mobile. So this isn't a criticism. Oh, it broke the game. This doesn't count as a real criticism because in mobile, you're not gonna have this issue, right? So don't worry about that. And also because of the development, ranks probably you can't really test it out, but yeah, pop-up animation. So this is a fully vibe coded app, correct? Made by somebody who is a designer by Craft, I think. So what happens when a designer, somebody who's very interested in graphic design, discovers vibe coding? Fable. Let's see what happens. I really hope this works. It's still in development. Drag to move. Oh, I won immediately. Next level. Okay, so I'm supposed to collect these. Oh, so I just collect. So I am collecting these. So whoever collects more first wins. And I'm assuming later on, you want to add something to it? Like using Grok and Opus. Okay, so he's using Grok and Opus to build this. I'm just impressed at how clean it looks. Like visually, this looks really nice. You can see like the details of each individual item. You know, and even this dragging bar, like it's on the mouse now, so you can see my mouse. It doesn't really do it justice, but you can imagine your finger there. And this is also cute. We got the fingers moving around. It looks, and here's the thing, like this is probably an important consideration, but it looks like one of those games where you see a bunch of ads for, and you want to play it immediately. But then like you get it and you just spammed with a bunch of ads, right? And then depending on how much you feel like you want to do it, sometimes you'll get it. Like you'll actually get it. Feels like one of those games. And the fact that there's so many of those games just that alone means that probably they're working. The fact that they have that much ad money to spend means that probably that format is working. There's a lot of people who click on that. So this is a good idea overall. Good use case of vibe coding, I'm thinking. Oh, one more thing before I read all the comments. One guy, I watched a video, a YouTube video of a guy, indie game developer, who said that he saw those games, he saw those advertisements for those games, and he saw that people were very disappointed because the game wasn't actually like what was advertised. And then what he did is he made the game that the advertisement that all that money was going for was supposed to be. But he recreated the actual game, and then people really liked it. So that's like another thing. If you have the ability to produce games at this level, iOS or Android, basically mobile, that's like a nice thing. Let's see. Yeah, but the issue is there's not platform so users knows where to drop the collected steps. It doesn't show it. On desktop, you mean? Yeah, that was the goal. Make the game I saw on the ad. Maybe you watched that video too. And do you know YouTuber has a gaming section? I'm thinking to submit these games there. Bijan. Bijan Bone is one of those people. I think he has but he has an open source community. That's a little different. That's a little different. What does the customize thing do? Oh, choose the color. Now, runners. Is it going to be a situation where you climb? Like after you collect the stone, the tower, it puts pieces up, and then once it puts enough, then you manually run around, or you run up, or maybe you set it up where it's like you can only collect you can only collect pieces after you went up and did something, and then you have to go back down, up and down, whoever's fastest. Then it becomes like a very dynamic race only within this little map. YouTube games. You mean like no? Wait. I know Netflix tried something like that and it was kind of stupid. I feel like if YouTube tried something like that, maybe it wouldn't be that stupid. Because there's just so many people on YouTube who are ready to click around as opposed to Netflix. Like Netflix's brand has never been, hey, come click around, engage. You know what I mean? Why would you add games in Netflix? It's just not the brand. Netflix's brand is literally chill. Like just play the thing and so it wouldn't work. But YouTube's brand is like, hey, there's a live stream, engage with people, retention, dopamine hits. So if they had games, I thought I never clicked on it, so I don't know. This is my first time clicking on the YouTube gaming section. I don't know what to expect, but I thought that this was basically just videos. It is just videos, right? Did I just get in my head and think that you can actually go to the game from YouTube? Wait, top live games. Yeah, I need to submit my game here. When you play this game, like this game, for example. Oh, by region. Wow, I didn't know that it was this detailed. So it's not the actual game that you play on YouTube, but like a game can have its own community, I guess. Live videos, tournament stuff. And probably if you use this feature, you'll connect to the right audience, people who will try the game. So it's probably important also for keywords, yeah. I pasted link. Wait, let me see what Meme Gian is saying. Yeah, true, nice idea. YouTube has a game section. Pasted link on YouTube. Oh, sorry, on Discord. This is the game section, right? I think I'm already on it. Playables. It's currently unavailable. Oh, maybe it's like a country thing. Yeah, I think it's just like a country thing. Let's ask Fable. We always default to Fable. See the Discord. What doesn't show to you? Why? Yeah, I think it's probably just country. YouTube playables. Doesn't work for me. Is that because I'm in Kuwait? I think that's fine. Because how are you going to, if you're a mega corporation trying to like follow the rules of all the different sorts of countries all over the place, how are you gonna make sure that there's no inappropriate stuff, basically, maybe politically charged stuff in video games? You can do it in a video a lot easier than in a video game. Yes, it almost certainly, that's almost certainly it. YouTube Playable is not officially available in US, UK, Canada, Australia, India, Malaysia, and Turkey. Or is only official. Kuwait isn't on the list, and Google's help page notes availability can still differ per account surface, even inside those countries. Other requirements: YouTube's app, like you have to have the latest app, rarely mattered. A VPN isn't a reliable workaround since the check follows the account's country, not just IP. I mean, it's probably coming, like eventually. So if anything, I'm really glad you told me about this because I just was never exposed to this. I didn't know about it. Because if I can, from now, position myself strategically, going back to the whole strategic thing, position myself to make those games ready. So that as soon as they happen, I dominate my region. You know what I mean? This is nice. In my mind, this is still a good thing. What I done? Well, I am political. All political things in video games. Have you played Grandpa High or in Retro? I'll make something like that. I'll make a similar game. Not same, but similar. Grandpa, I know. What is that? I'm gonna check on this other screen in case it's a sensitive thing. Let's see. This is my way of blocking something. I keep this like this here, and then you can't see what's over there unless I accidentally scroll and it shows in this bottom area. The fun game where grandpa, I see. That's what the grandpa does. I want to see what it looks like. I've watched a video about this a long time ago. For some reason, there was another one where there's like a goat that's running around. You know, there's a goat. There's a game where there's just a goat, and it's like a really weird game. Like GTA, but low poly and retro. Interesting. What's that goat game called? I think this is like a niche for like types of video games. Goat game. Maybe you'll be interested in this game. Goat Simulator 3. Somebody became a super goat apparently. Yin Yang, hello. Welcome. Are you interested in games? Check this out. Check this game out. Well, if I can find my... There we go. Oh, Meme Gan, you've been here this whole time. You're in the lobby. I didn't know that. Yin Yang, do you want to play? I'll show you the game, just so you don't have to commit first. We'll play a game. And then you'll see what the game is like. And then, if it's truly eye-catching enough, you're going to think, I really want to play this game. Scorpion. And how do you get it? Obviously, you type Scorpion. And then you type again the different words. Rattler. And then depending on the type of boss, Sandbox. Or Sandfox? No. Oh, Meme Gan's taken over. Yeah, so this is still a game that I'm developing. And the thing about this game is there's a mode called Boss Mode that is only temporary. Boss failed. Oh, actually, you saved it. So what's happening is you can choose basically which boss, just so that we can actually, test them all. Direct boss fight and lost. Yeah. The boss is like literally easy compared to the Horde, right? Because it's just one boss. Type Monkey PvP. Type Monkey. I heard Type Monkey twice now. I'm assuming I must know what Type Monkey is. Type Monkey. We use cookies accept all. Alright, I'm on Type Monkey. Click. Oh, so this is like a proper typing. I made a mistake, but I'm too deep in. I can't go back. Oh my god, no, I made a bunch of mistakes. Alright. Yes, it's very similar to Type Monkey, but not really, because the way that I want to set this game up is there's abilities. So it's going to be the type of game that is not purely about your metrics and your ability to type and improve. There's going to be all sorts of different abilities. It's more about teamwork, actually. But the typing is the mechanic. And so you're obviously going to have a huge competitive edge if you can type fast. Reminds me somewhat. Yeah, nice. Join Yin Yang. Let's try. If you know about Type Monkey, you probably like to type. I want to try Type Monkey again, so I'm gonna put this over there, and I'm gonna go again. This time, let's give it a fair shot, and like actually figure out what my speed is. Which reminds me, I should put this fast. Keywords.io. And the lobby, there's just one lobby right now, But you could create a lobby of your own and play on your own even, because it's just live on Railway right now. I don't type since AI. You just talk, right? A lot of people talk. Me personally, I think better when I type. Like when I talk, I can talk about things that I'm thinking of that are big picture and come up with ideas, those sorts of things. But I can't be technical. I can't be like accurate. Can't build like a structural plan. I can't add a bunch of if-then statements into the language. And when it comes to coding, the whole thing is just if-then statements. Do this, and then if that happens, do this, and then if that happens, and I think about it, and it stays, you know? And so typing and writing really does put you in a position where you're thinking in a way that is precise for this activity. Maybe not precise is the word. Conducive. Like it is conducive to this activity or goal, if that makes any sense, of creating something and building something. Brick by brick when you're typing. Whole vision when you're talking. You just see the overall structure. Does that make sense? Am I making sense or am I going way too deep into my head? I feel like it makes perfect sense. I think better when I write on paper. Yeah, paper is best. Paper is absolute best. Paper triumphs over all when you write things down. I will say this though, it depends on how you learned. Like if you had a really bad experience in school, sometimes writing isn't the thing. And also reading. Like if you read when you were younger books that you wanted to read and you were curious about what happens, because you're a child, you know, you care about the story and these sorts of things more than the studies. Then you have a good relationship with reading and you enjoy genuinely to read. You read fast. Versus like you just have it, but it's not fun. Feels stressful. Oh, Ying joined. We'll play. I think better when I write on paper. Yeah, most of the time it's more like talking and typing. Makes sense. Okay, nice. I'm not crazy. I love reading manga nowadays. I'm gonna remind me to show you this book called Speed Read or something like that, where it shows you how to read really, really fast. Like, and it actually works. I read it, and it did improve my reading. And it's like silly little things like tennis. Like, you know, in tennis, if you want to win at tennis, what do? You just go to the middle. Badminton, same thing. You go to the middle. And then you go, like, the tennis ball goes over to the left. You go to the left, you hit it. And then immediately, you don't even think about it, you go back to the middle. Because when you're in the middle, it's the least amount of distance for you to go to anywhere around your area. I don't know what's called, your court. And so in reading, you make that a habit for your eyes to just stay in the middle of the page. And then that way you're in a position where you can very quickly go to whatever word. So when you forget something, which happens sometimes, you have to reread, right? So instead of reading something and then committing to finish it, you already zoned out while you're reading, you're just always in the middle. And so then you can just go back really quickly, read that one word, and continue. And it's like these little things. I'll show you the book. It's nice. Anyway, Meme Gyan. Let's go. Are you ready? Well, I guess you're not ready, but if you could be ready, that would be nice. Oh, Ying. Hi. I love how this functionality actually works. A couple days ago, almost a week ago actually, every time you type anything in the war room, oh, ready. Every time you type something in the war room, the whole page just goes up, down. All right, guys. Your abilities are as such. You read them, right? Over here. And you read the refresh rate. So -1 word is mine, and I'll be able to get a bunch of them. And it refreshes in 60 minutes. Meme Gyan, you get to CC like every 9 seconds. Your damage also. So I'm thinking maybe I should switch. Get a control type. Alright, now I'm the control type. I'll do the CC. You do Yella. Alright, Ying? We're relying on you. Let's do this. Oh no, I chose the wrong thing. I chose the boss. Alright, let's just destroy the boss really quick and then go on a horde. Smokes that. Pathway. Hey, alright. Doesn't count. Does not count. Let's go on a horde. Horde. Let's do horde. Didn't pay attention on screen for a sec. Let's do horde. Yeah. I wonder if I do this, is it quick on for you? Like, do you see me going on and off? I want to be able to just click it like that really fast. But latency, you know? Alright guys, let's focus. Because this is gonna get difficult. It's gonna start very easy. But over time, you'll see we'll get to the point where it's actually difficult. Here are my abilities. I have 3, 3, and 2. I got 2 poofs, 2 pauses, and 1 blast. The blast kind of works the same way that poof does, but less cooldown, and it has a limited range, about this much. Poof hits everyone. Poof is strong. Poof is really strong. And of course I have CC. I'm the control type. And the CC basically just freezes everyone for a solid 3 seconds. It's not bad. Which is not bad at all. For anyone who's joining the stream now, join the game. Just let me know. We're building this together. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot. You have to click space. You have to jump. Guys, space bar. Space bar to jump. Warrior, Storm, Warlock. Ah, there we go. Right, Witch, Ghost. I'm so used to being Arrow. I'm so used to being Orange that being Peach kind of feels weird. Spectre. Warrior. What was the power that the monster sent? That's the logs. You have to jump over them. Ironclad. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, by the way, Meme Gyan. It's not 10 levels now. It's 50. There's different maps and everything. Wait a second. Are we both CC? I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna go really deep with this because all of us can type. Thunderclap. Stronghold. Also, this is the first time where people are finally deciding to choose a word that isn't already chosen. Like every time we've done this online with everyone just keeps choosing a word that already someone else is already working on. got the boss, which gave me a heart. I think it glitched out for a second. Whirlwind. Vanguard. As you can see, the speed increased. Berserker. Poof. Meme Gyan, I will revive you. I sacrificed one of my hearts for you. You can do that, by the way. Whirlwind. Spellbound. I sacrificed a heart for you. Come back. Come back to the game. I was sad there. Devastation. We need you. Meme Gyan. I sacrificed a heart for you. Why aren't you typing things? Okay, he's back. He's back. If one of us is out, if one of us goes down, heart, this will sacrifice one of your hearts, okay? Battlement. Oh my, I paused. Jay, listen. I'll give you a heart, but then we all have like, well, all of us almost all have one heart. Okay? So we're gonna need you to do a good job here. Actually, I can't. Damn, I forgot. I didn't add the mechanic. The mechanic to allow spectators to come in. Damn. I thought I added it, but I didn't. I'm sorry, Jay. Okay, I poofed. Guys, I'm out of poofs. We don't have any more poofs. Battlement. Executioner. Ironclad. One. Rampart. Blast. Juggernaut. Battlement. I don't think we're gonna survive. Pause. Thunder. Clap. Devastation. Spellbound. Oh my god, we're surviving. Thunder. Clap. That was all me. That was all me. Meme Gyan, the pressure got to you, didn't it? It didn't get to me. That was all me. What is... Ah, damn. We actually got far. I didn't know how much harder I made it. It was actually, this is actually a lot harder than... This is good though. This is kind of what I wanted, you know? I think with the right team, we can make it. Ooh, level 50, I'm always sad. Our fun game, must say. Thank you. Thank you, Ying. Yin Yang. I watched a video on what yin yang means, and it turns out that it's not a little all good has a little bit of evil, or all evil has a little bit of good. It's just the cycle. It's more of a time thing. You can't just take time out of the equation. It's like there's times of like good and cycle, and it cycles around. Very interesting video. I don't know what the actual meaning is, but you just your name reminded me of it. You can just say Ying. Will do. Welcome, by the way, to the community. You can say 48. You want me to call you 48? J35 404. That's a difficult name to say. J35404. The only letter is J, so it just kind of makes sense. I was calling it 404 before, but it was such a long thing to say. Anyway, yeah, this is the game. You're lost in thought. I am. I really am. But it's fun. Today I wanted to just chill, to be honest. I built this before the stream. I finished building all of this, like the game stuff, and I really wanted to just like try the modes, try things out, get people to try the bosses really, and get thoughts on the bosses, and find some bugs. And so today it really is pretty chill. It's about these different bosses. We didn't get to see the Frost boss. I'm gonna kick you just for a bit, Jay, and let's play again. But this is the Frost boss. Like, this one's nice because of the animation. So you'll see what I mean. See that? You're frozen temporarily, but it can be very annoying when there's a lot that's going on. So yeah, I'm still building this game. Like, there's still a lot of decisions, creative decisions that I can make if I want to. And most likely will. Old YouTube account, I just got your stream recommended after watching a video about the future of agentic engineering. I think this is the future of agentic engineering. This basically is. And we do talk a bit more, you know, we do go a bit more deep, We do have ideas, you know. This isn't pure vibe code of like, come on, Fable, do it all, and then getting upset of why it doesn't work. Approach things structurally, really take the L in language, not like take the L being lost, and really use the language correctly. And then that way you will be able to build a more complicated thing. Oh, you guys just saying hi. Yeah, same, bro. Easy, boss. Both of you guys are moderators in different places, right? Mods. This is gonna be big. This YouTube thing. I can feel it. Once the clipping happens. Also, once you guys join the Discord. I'll do my best. For a very long period of time. Streaming every day. I'll be here. I'm gonna go one more of this, and then let's check. Let me show you these dissipation animations. This is another thing that I haven't added yet. I'll leave it for a bit. Let me try this once. Fair chance. I was caught a bit off guard when I tried it last time. Okay. Let me do this for real. Let's get my speed rating. Oh no. Between that early open, no. Alright, what's my actual rating? 50 words per minute with a 93% accuracy. I fell off, like I was doing good. I was over here in the 60 words per minute starting off, and then I just kind of averaged out at, you can see here, around 60, but then as soon as I made those two mistakes, mistake one here, mistake two here, I just fell off. But then as soon as I was trying to get back, it was time limit. I just lost, you know? This is fun. This is why everyone keeps saying type monkey type. That makes sense. I'm gonna play this a lot. I'm actually gonna use this to get better at my game, probably. Bro, what are you doing? Again. I'll show you what I'm doing again. I'm fighting bosses. I'm fighting bosses with different maps. This is one of the bosses that I'm fighting. What did you think of this? You got all this snow over here. Look at his face. Iceberg. New words. New words. New effects. Look, he's gonna freeze everything. He froze me. He froze me. What do you think, Jabbar? Jabbar. It's not Jabbar because you have two B's. Jabbar, right? Or completely wrong. Yeah. Also, you got the water. Another thing I worked on, the water. And of course, you've got the Discord. The Discord, where Mimgyan has sent some of his games, Fixmap's sending some of his stuff, and you can send some of yours. I think you need to delete it. What? Why? Why would I delete it? You don't like it? And here's the rules. Where's the rules? Oh, the rules didn't get sent. This chimp. Here's the rules that should be sent. That make up the Discord. What Yusuf says goes. And number two, you know how to be nice, be nice. I don't know if Jabbar can be part of the community, if I'm being honest. Alright. Now let's do this. Send. Alright, quick. Make this chimp post it in the rules channel. Dear Fable. Now he's roasting you, criticizing. Yeah. Jabbar, Tenga, you still there? Try the game. Try it out and then give me a roast after. Maybe, if you try it out, you will like it. Maybe. Chimp. Oh yeah, chimp. So in my workflow, a lot of times, what I'll do, because you know you're making a bunch of bots, you're doing a bunch of things, and so I just make them into like these little chimps. So I have balance sheet chimp, chat curator, new reality. We got chimp world over here. It's a world full of chimps for one of my projects. Rocket chimp. This was the first chimp, right? And all of them are completely different. Different sorts of chimps. So this chimp isn't on the desktop. He's not one of the desktop chimps that I have over here. But he is a chimp nonetheless, and he's the moderator, and I'm gonna scale this chimp's capabilities. Oh, he did it this time. He added the rules. And for some reason, he added this. That's it. 2 lines. I've read longer error messages, and then he does this. I gave him a personality. I told him like to be like that, you know. So that's his personality. But yeah, he's gonna have a knowledge base. He's gonna know what's up. and he's gonna moderate this channel here on YouTube. Like, I'm going all out with this bot. Like, we're vibe coders. At the end of the day, the whole thing, the whole purpose of getting into Claude, this deep into Claude, is realizing the possibilities. Just what's possible. Everything. Everything is possible. You know, you can basically create your own reality. Probably going to be a very low res reality. Like, if you get real artists, real programmers, real everything, not vibers, then it's going to be very nice, very professional, very clean. But as a viber, you're just going to get like a low quality, immediate version of it. Unless, of course, you spend enough time or you dig deep enough that you actually build it out and you become a craftsman of that craft. But surface level, you are a craftsman of everything if you know how to vibe code. You just all of a sudden, you know all the languages. You're like a really bad full stack developer immediately just because you can talk into a mic, not even type. If you can type, I'll make this argument, the quality does increase if you can type. That's subjective. I understand if you don't think that's true. And I understand that if you're the type of person, maybe most of your life you're extroverted, that it's the opposite for you. Talking is just better. For me, typing. Which is why, Jabbar, you need to play this game and try it out. Typing is important. I'll try to clone your game. Let's see what AI does. Oh no. Like bot mode of Hermes or Grok bot somehow. Maybe. Probably not, actually. I just understood what you're talking about. You mean like what this chimp is about to be? No, he's just a Discord bot. And I'll add some like custom tool calling. And what that means is basically I'll make it so that when you trigger this chimp, he has things that he can do like real like algorithms. Like if this happens, like trigger this, and then if this happens, do this, and then if that happens, do that, which means you can click a series of buttons, for example, leading up to doing a thing. Like what we did already here. I told him, and I said in Fable or in Cloud Code desktop app, I was like, add these rules. And then it went ahead, this chimp went and posted those rules. But that's not all. He kind of added things to it, right? He added this on his own. I didn't say that in the I didn't say that in the rules that I said. I didn't say add the emoji. All I said was here's the rules for the Discord community, and then later on I said quick make this chimp post in the rules channel. So later on, if I were to say something here, like, for example, what is the community most interested in right now? Question mark. This is the new skill. It's a chimp skill. I just made it just now. It should work, you know, right? Obviously now we don't have enough people. That's why you need to join. Jabbar and Ying, you need to join. But then hopefully it actually does become a useful thing. All right, let's see what it said. Nice little way to test functionality, actually. Because I haven't tested it. We literally made it today. Yin said nice, thank you. I can't tell yet. The bot can see where people talk, but not what humans message. Text comes back blank because the message content intent is off for the chimp app. Maybe that's something I should or shouldn't turn on. I have to dig deeper into that when I'm not distracted by the camera and the stream and everything, so I make sure I get it right. What the metadata does show, last 2 days, 9 humans active. Wait, we don't have 9 people in the community. 9 humans active. Chat is 20 messages. The busiest by far is Zico official, Reza Banks, Serapic, that's me. Ayush Data, most active. Community builds, we got 9 messages. Maybe I should check who's in the community, because this is just from yesterday. Oh, Mimi posted this. These are playable games. So I'm assuming this means you can actually play the game. Yeah, it even says plays. That's me. Ayush Mehta. Ah, okay. Wow, I feel like I'm seeing like privileged information. Like this is what it looks like in other countries, you know. These get a lot of views. I guess plays, not views. Yeah. All right, what's in the news here? Okay, nothing is. There's no news. Should I post like all these new videos and clips I make in the news? I don't know. I mean, Reza does it. Where do I see how many people there are so far? Events? No. General? Channel? Create channel. Create channel. Invite server? No. Chat. Everyone really just joined and then went to chat, right? So, you got Zico, Reza. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people, including me. That's 6 humans. Wait, Louise is also there. 7. 7 humans. I'm confused. 7 humans. We'll figure it out along the way. You guys join the Discord, which I should pin probably. This is probably a good idea. That's not it. Copy. Pasted it, but I didn't pin it. Pin message. You know what's funny? Yesterday I was watching Reza's live stream. I saw him at the Discord, and he forgot to add it for a while, and then he remembered, and then he put it and he pinned it. I was like, you gotta have that pinned the whole time, Reza. That was my exact thought, and then I forgot today, and now my exact thought is okay. This came back to bite me immediately. Why did I have that thought? I literally forgot. Pinning it is a good idea, bro. Yeah. Now everyone can join because it exists. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. What I wanted to do is go back to this and show you my plan here. I don't know exactly how I'm going to implement this, but I do know that this is going to be one of those things that I want to be a big monetizable feature. So from a monetization perspective with this game, I want it to be number one, free and not pay to play. So this is like, I'm not gonna make this I'm not gonna change this. Like it's just always going to be free, and then you can't pay for more performance, so that anyone can play. Doesn't matter. And the reason I'm making it like this is because even if somebody does kind of have the money, but maybe they're younger and like they tell their parents, I want to get this thing online. Their parents are like, no, that just kind of sucks for them, right? So if you just make it free and your performance isn't affected, then you don't feel discouraged and you can play the game and enjoy it and get better at it and do something that is genuinely fun because it's like a strategy, it's a game, right? That does put you in a position where you do type fast. Okay? That being said, I want to be rich. I want money. I want cash money. Now, as a person, when I play Mobile Legends, I'm on the skin team. I have skins, right? And then people will people hate that. They're like skin only or something. There's a lot of toxicity in Mobile Legends, but they think, oh, skins are bad, you know. And then I'll go back with the toxicity. You just kind of have to. Like, sorry, you can't afford it, you know, because you need to defend yourself. But genuinely, I do want to make it so that the performance isn't affected, right? So that all those toxic people who we're competing against, you know, I like them. I don't really hate anyone for real, you know, can actually enjoy the game because they're the user base. It needs to be equal for everyone. And so I'm gonna get rich by making really, really cool equivalent of skins. And I'm thinking this is the most flashy thing that you can do is when you get a win and when you get a loss. I'm gonna make the losses really underwhelming. Got crumble over here. This is the existing one right now, right? Just a red, sad break. Nothing special. And when you type the word and it works, nothing happens. Very underwhelming. Which is gonna ideally, hopefully, I hope this works, is it incentivizes people to say, fine, let me just get one pack and have something at least. And then I go all out with these. Like I'm telling you, like I'm gonna do. It's also an opportunity to do movies. Basically, you do like a little movie, right? That's the plan. Good. Your good idea. What's up? Thank you. Are you Muslim? Yes. So what do you think? What do you think of these? You got the rainbow. You know, inclusive to all the people, we'll say. You got the celebration. I feel like this one could be worked on a bit. One thing I'm gonna do is avoid the problem that Mimi Gyan made or had. See those edges getting blocked out because of the size and everything? That will be resolved, but these are just preliminary ideas and I'll just put them in anyway. Because just like you, I'm in development. I don't care. I just want functionality. We'll go back to polish everything later. I like this one. I like this Aurora Veil. Like this one, kind of strong. It's like a big, subtle one. Transparency, translucency stuff going on. Or just transparency. This one's also really nice. The void. Like feels like a black hole void thing going on. Acid melt. Fable can be creative. Right? So acid melt. This one could use some work. I don't know. And this just nailed it over here. Just nailed it. This the smoke and the fire. Like it looks so real. Like how did it like so we're getting to another level when it comes to AI's ability to do things. If you want to make skins, make sure it can provide extra stats. You mean yes? You mean like different characters, right? Yeah. No, you're right. Like not skins. You're right. I've been saying skins. because I was thinking about Mobile Legends, but I'm thinking different heroes, kind of like different warriors is the correct term. My bad. I've been saying skins. What I want to do is I want to have the classes are going to be the same. So like there's 3 warrior class. Where's the studio? I don't know why I closed it. The classes are going to be the same. It's just these 3 classes only always. This is the new TYT. This is the new meta, or not meta. This is the new game mode. Control, damage, buff. And every time you take a buff, warrior, it's always going to be /buff. That's how you trigger his ability. It's just this buff, /buff. Same thing with the damage. It's always going to be yalla. Like you do yalla, you always trigger his ability. And same thing with any control type. You always do CC. Now here's the thing. Just because these commands say the same doesn't mean that these abilities need to stay the same. And so in the case of, for example, this guy who's a control, he's a control class warrior, squire clothed. I'm going to change what he can do. Instead of 3-second freeze all creeps, I'm going to make him do something else, but it also is triggered by CC. And it's just unique to the squire clothed guy. And then I just keep adding different types of, warriors, really. And here's some ideas already of what they're going to look like, who they're going to be, the additions. I have a couple already. /yalla, like Dota. Just like Dota. Yeah, maybe. Wait, yeah, like Mobile Legends and Dota have like warriors and heroes, yeah. I think Dota was first, right? If I'm not mistaken. Dota was the creator of the game mode that is 5v5 PvP. I could be completely wrong. Is it even called PvP? I could be wrong. But Dota happened. And then there was, I think there was then League of Legends after it. Then there was, I don't know if it was Mobile Legends or another game similar to it that came out on the iOS. But this format became a format. It just became a thing. And then a bunch of people did it. And so genuinely, I'm okay. I don't care if people go and like take this format and copy it, because number one, like it's gonna happen. Like we're just entering a new era where it's not gonna be possible to protect your intellectual property in the way that you used to be able to. So accept it. In this new reality, in this new world, the best idea wins. Number two, document it. This is proof. Like this video that I'm creating now is absolute proof. I invented this, and that's enough. And then because of the fact that it's documented, everyone can see these sorts of things. I think especially in this era where everything gets stolen by everyone all the time because of AI, then authenticity, honesty, what's the opposite of disingenuous? That word becomes rewarded, and people, just on merit of the fact that you created this idea, you didn't outsource it to a machine, will support you. I believe this is going to be the new way to make things be creative in the marketplace of ideas. Dota is the extended map made by a hobbyist. Let me look into the history of this. Why aren't adding sound effects on the game? That's going to be the final step. Because I think sound is going to make or break the game. I've said this before, is like sound can even make something that's laggy, okay, feel tactile. Like even if there's going to be lag with this game. It's on Railway and I've already had some issues. If you try the game, you'll see there's a tiny bit of lag, and if you do the sound correctly, it's just going to feel like one move based on the sound. Like you click the button and it triggers a And that can happen immediately because that can be shown in the runtime. In other words, before you play the game, it just loads on your computer the sounds and then matches your keyboard, and then the distance that it travels is from here, basically the keyboard, to there, the computer. And so upon click, the sound happens. Even though after the click, it has to make its way all the way to Singapore, actually, where the server, it's a shared server now, but I'm going to get a dedicated server, and then all the way back. And also has to sync with everyone because it's railway, not like Vercel. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. But long story short, sound is going to make this game really, really either make it or break it is what I want to say. So that's the final step. I'm going to add that in the end. And the vibe I have is Streets of Rogue. There's a game called Streets of Rogue. I might change my mind completely, but this is the game. Streets of Rogue. Which I cannot seem to find a freaking good picture for at all. Not necessarily, it can be stolen. It takes a lot of effort and dedication to copy, like you need sheer will, John Wick type of character. Sound and epic background music, yeah. And different maps are gonna have different sounds. That's one of the things. I think, yeah, I think it'll be fine. Another thing is speed, like the speed in which you create this game and be first to market. So I am kind of doing myself a disservice here by just sharing everything to everyone. But another thing that's kind of important is like this isn't like a lifelong passion project where I've been working on this so hard for the past however many years and this is all in or nothing. It's been what, like a week? Like this was built in like a week, keep in mind. And this is not going to be the sort of project that I spend. I can see myself spending like a solid 2 months on maximum. But this isn't going to be one of those things where I just go really deep. This is going to be one of those things where I just put it out. If it's liked, I push it. I push forward. If it's not, whatever. I tried, and I move on. I try other things. The YouTube channel, now that's something I'm going all in with. Which is why, if you have a project, and my audience is primarily people who has projects, and I'll tell you why you watching this video right now have a project, because the title says any tips, and the person who will click any tips is somebody who has tips. And the way that you have tips is by having experience, which means you have experience. I know you do. I know you do. You. So send me your thing, let me judge it and attack it and tell you what's wrong with it, because that is the difference between improving rapidly and then just kind of sitting there. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much you iterate in a closed room. None of your iterations matter. The only thing that matters is feedback. And then you make a change based on the feedback. Which is why I need you to tell me what's wrong with this game. Jabbar, please. What do you hate about this game? Tell me. You're smart. What? Thank you. Thank you, Jabbar. Am I saying it right or no? Because in Kuwait we have a name, Jabbar. We had a Sheikh, Jabbar, like a number one even. Should we start wiring it in? Might as well, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna work on the localhost version for the menu. I'm worried about the localhost. Like I said, my PSU could be a problem. I'm playing and testing Reza app first, almost done. Okay. I like Nexa. I really hope it works. I like him also. That makes a difference. When the developer is like somebody you just kind of resonate with. Like, I want to use your tool. I want to use your tool. Please make it a good tool. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to set up the bev, and you're gonna see how much detail I usually spend on bevs. Okay. So how I typically do a bev is I'll have kind of the resources that I need to set up a good bev, which in this case is basically this. I'll have it over on this side of my screen, and I'll reference it for all the decisions that I want done. And the way that the bev works is it's a very structured thing, which means that I can go pretty deep with what I want. And so we'll begin. Sometimes I say author plus auto run. Sometimes I just say author. In this case, author. Author of bev to recreate or revamp the barter economy menu logic. Currently, we have, let me check, I'll make sure I get the exact same terms, not a mistake. Table, war chest, build, and convert. Table, war chest, build, and convert. All right, we're back. For spaces, we'll call them spaces. The table, war chest, build, and convert space. Create a throwaway script which displays the totally revamped. Totally. Totally. Every time I do totally, I say totally, I mean it literally, total. Like the total. You know when you say total, like the total of everything, okay? But then also people will be like, totally. You know, so every time I type totally, which I mean, I have in my mind, like, oh, totally. That's a difficult word. And so if I make it all caps, it's fun. Anyway, which displays the totally revamped. Revamped menus. Not menus. Lobby pages. Note, the scope extends to the other features and functions in the lobby, including the war room, I think it's called. Including the functions, including the war room and the, what is this? I didn't give it a name. I'll just say and everything else, because the war room is pretty out of touch, so that should be enough. And everything else. generate 3 new versions, make the table resemble an actual tabletop with wooden looks similar to Minecraft. Keep, yeah, similar to Minecraft. And ensure that there is lots of variation. Lots of variation. No. Variety, variation. Okay, now we know that there's lots of variation between what? There's also between the three. So I can choose the one we keep working on. Still, make each one complete and make them polished. I don't want to say polished, just complete. Let it do its thing. All right, that's it. Author a bev. So now what it's going to do is it's going to use my bev skill. I know it took a while, but this is typically when I'm alone and I'm writing things, how I write things. It's going to use my bev skill to write a very detailed plan, but detail isn't in do this and then that and then that. No, detail is in like the structure. Like the first stage is you do these sorts of things, and in order to do those things effectively, you need to acquire this. You need to acquire that. Once that's done, chances are the second stage is going to depend on you having acquired this and that from stage 1. So do this and do this, and you continue. And I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again, just because I really do think that it's important, even mentally, when you're trying to think of things, which is like study. Might as well kind of study it. Is audit phase, implementation phase, and verification. And they happen at different levels. And I'll show you very visually here, because I'll just literally show you, and I made it visual enough that there's these checkboxes, how it works. And this, by the way, is the primary reason I don't want to use swarms. Like lots of people in this domain, the agentic engineering, the artificial intelligence, the vibe coders, AI, LLM space, are doing a lot of swarm activity, trying to have orchestration. And yes, it's great, it's fun. But it's not deliberate enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be very deliberate. You want to be fully in control when you are building something. And one of the ways that I'm executing this control is I have my safe version, keywords.io, that's deployed. Anyone can go to it right now. I have my local host, and that's kind of normal. Everyone does this, where I can add stuff and then wire it in and put it into the deployed one when it's ready, right? But I can also push to GitHub even when it's only local, right? And then kind of work on things, revert whenever I want, easy, no risk. But then I also have a bunch of throwaway scripts. And the throwaway script is basically this. It's rough drafts and ideas, potential ideas, not even, they don't even have to be ideas that you genuinely care about. You can just take a shot. Just take a shot. Look, here's the perfect example of what a throwaway script can look like. You see this? Literally throwaway script. I was trying to see, like, can we have them come from 2 doors? Let's create this new biome called dungeon. Make dungeon. And then I made dungeon, and then I kept working on it, and I kept changing things. And then dungeon ended up looking like this, which is the best I could get it to look for a very short amount of time and very little energy. I just wanted to see, I wanted to test it out and feel it. And chances are I'm never gonna come back to this other than showing you right now. Or maybe if I have an example in the future, I'll say, look at this. But it's not going. It's not gonna make it. It's just too. It's not clean enough. I don't like it, and I don't want to break this structure. I still tried it anyway. And so what we're doing now is exactly that in terms of like attitude. Like what is the attitude that I want to have? Throwaway script. Let's just see. Let's try things out. And I want specifically throwaway script for this horrible lobby. It's horrible. Like, let's just be honest, you guys. This is a horrible lobby. This is not the lobby of a game that immediately you know this is what we do. This is what each trinket does. And so now I'm gonna read the bev that was generated, and then either add stuff to it or remove stuff from it. And we can see it gave us back a 3-phase bev. These are the phases. And the most important thing is the centralizing text. So once I understand the centralizing text, if I'm being honest, I trusted enough. I did such a good job, in my opinion, that the rest just kind of follows the centralizing text well enough. What does it say? The owner can open one throwaway page and compare 3 complete, genuinely different reimaginings of the entire Key Wars lobby. The war room and every barter economy space, the table, war chest, build, convert, plus everything else the lobby holds. Okay. Okay. That's good. Each one whole enough to judge as the one we keep building. Alright, I don't like how it threw this in. It kind of strays away from the centralizing test. Will the table reading unmistakably doesn't make sense. Oh, with a table. Reading unmistakably as a wooden Minecraft style tabletop. And with the live game untouched. This gives me an idea. Just came up with it. What if people could customize the table? You know? And then the person with the custom table, that could be the table. That's too far outside of the scope of what we're trying to do here, so I'm just gonna write it in the notebook, forget about it, and potentially come back to it. Like the highest level person, their table is the one that ends up showing if they have a table. Because if they're the highest level, but somebody else who has a lower level but actually has a special table, it comes. Maybe I'm just spitballing ideas here. We're just coming up with things as we go. All right, I don't even know if I'm gonna do that, to be honest. We'll just leave it there, and we'll write our modification. We're modify the bev to make the centralizing text, or I don't even know. You should review it with the Quen 3.8 Max. It's good at gaming. Quen 3.8 Max. Let me check really quick. Because I know there's a lot of different Quen models. Some of them are big, some of them are small. Which size is this one? Is it like 3.8? 3.8 billion. 3.8 max versus other Quen models. Okay. 3.8. Is this the correct one? Quen? Alibaba? What did Facebook release? Or I guess Meta. I'm very confused. MOE frontier model boasting 2.4 trillion total parameters. Okay, so 3.8 does not in fact have 3.8 billion. It has 2.4 trillion. What? That's crazy. 2.4 no. 95 billion active. It runs 95 active. It's using the same technology maybe as Kimi K3 because Kimi K3 does that, right? Kimi K3 was first, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they were first, but they were the first to go popular, like viral. Because everyone was talking about it. Kimi K3 packed like 1.2 trillion or something like that. And everyone was going, that's crazy. They made this new technology where you use only the stuff you need because why would you need to know about biology if you're just sitting here trying to do, I don't know, architecture, right? So it kind of blocks off some of the I guess not knowledge, but maybe algorithms. Because I know from a little bit of research that I did before, when is Alibaba? I know from a little bit of the research before that the way that it works is there's a bunch of different algorithms that make up the what did you call it? The model. Like Monte Carlo's tree search is one of the things that's found in most of these models, and it's like a scoring algorithm for multi-branch thought. Avoids derailment. That's what I have written down. Basically, my understanding is basically it's like a search tree. You have a bunch of data, and it's like what I remember is it's rough. It's not good. But as a first search, just to go and search through the words that are in the base layer, it's more than good enough. It's like you have a dictionary of words, and you just need to find the word that you start, and then you apply the different algorithms and all sorts of different algorithms. Best of n sampling introduces randomness, I guess is what I wrote. My handwriting is not useful. The big picture side of things is basically that these different companies have a lot of different internals, like the way that they process information, the way that they train, mostly train, but also the way that they execute. And so these models are really different, even though when you try them, your user experience is the same. You're just typing stuff in, clicking enter, and then you see how it does. And so they probably have like their own algorithm that lets it properly distinguish between the different types of data that it is trained on. Quen is Alibaba. Yeah. Quen 3.8 Max is proven at gaming. Better than Kimi and Fable 5. That's a big claim. I'm not gonna lie, that's a huge claim. Better than Fable? Alright, okay. Well, I must try it now. I must try it. This is a must. How can I try it now? I'm gonna set this off to the side. Rename this. Actually, I'm gonna use them the same. How can I? Quick. How can I try? Kimike. Not Kimike. What am I saying? Quen. 3.8. Quen. I just realized the way that you write Quen, they're right after each other, like Quen. And that was really difficult because my keyboard's missing these, like these keys, Quen. So that was a bit of a problem. You can see there's no keys. I struggled a bit there. All right, how I want to author. How can I try Quen 3.8 max? But more importantly, I want to author plus auto run a bev on it. Can I use T3 or maybe Nexa for this? If I could use Nexa for it, that would be the best. Get reading skill, Nexa memory. I'm afraid, literally afraid of running too many things right now on my computer because of the power supply. I need to figure out this power situation that I have. Okay. All right, so this is what it's saying. Easiest is open router model ID, okay. And you already hold open router keys and you open yeah, compatible, okay. But what about the CLI level controls? Plus auto on cloud skill plus stop hook. So the model has to run inside cloud code. Quen 3.8 Max ships an Anthropic compatible endpoint. Ooh. So the path that keeps all your skills hooks intact is Anthropic based. So basically, you can do it for me, right? Since you're since you're basically the CLI. No, I'm gonna say no. No. Oh, partially I am. It's saying partially. Partially I am. Cloud code session, but I can't swap my own brain mid-session. The model is fixed with cloud launches. What I can do is set up Cloud Quen launch and dev. The YouTuber that tested it only subscribed $6 to finish the game at Alibaba Cloud. I use a subscription there. It's subsidized token with credits. Ah. Alibaba Cloud. Let me check. I'm gonna say apparently Alibaba Baba, Ali, Baba, not BB. That's the worst comparisons to make a Baba a BB. Apparently, Alibaba Cloud has a subsidy program. Look into it. Look into it now and see if we can utilize this. Yeah, that's enough. Use the subscription there. Oh, I already read that. Yes. You know, I always wanted to use one of these trillion parameter models. I do think that it's just smarter because you can like if you have a huge model with trillions of parameters, it's easier to make an AI specialist in a domain, you know? It's kind of like cheating. It really is. It's like you have one amazing LLM, huge, does everything, Fablé level. And then you duplicate it and you make it into I don't know, 6 versions of it or less. 4 versions of it. And then you take each one and you choose a domain for it. One of them is like language and literature and English and all the languages, not just English. Or it's called semantics. Semantics, I don't know if you can. And the other one is like math. It's very intensive math, science, but educational, or not educational, it's got academic side of things, theoretical stuff. Probably there's a big market for that. The other one, of course, is code, like a huge one, specialized in all the code and everything. And then another one is like visual design, graphic, you know. And then you just claim that that's all one model, but in reality, you're just hopping around bouncing, and everyone wins for it. You should also practice to brainstorm and chat with Chat GPT to save your tokens before executions. Honestly, I'm okay with paying Fable for chat because of my quick skill. So the way that it works, this like whenever you see me type quick, it's not just one of those skills where it's like use the least amount of tokens as possible, which is kind of basic. That's the point. But it's more than that because it's a combination of 2 compressors. And what compressors are in the case of LLMs, we'll say, and they're optimized. So it's basically I'm sure you heard of it. Everyone has. This is a really popular one. Caveman, right? All right, Caveman. I believe works on the output only. Yeah, on the output only. Okay. RTK works on the input. So together, they complement each other really hard, like really hard. And so what did I do? I combined them, but then I adjusted some stuff because I don't want it to compress too hard. And let me explain what compression means, because if I don't, then it doesn't make sense, and you'll use it incorrectly. And yes, there's a way to use it incorrectly. Compression is basically when you take a 10 sentence or 10 word long sentence that really doesn't need those extra words, and you just take out these extra words, and let's say you have a 7-word sentence. Sometimes you can compress the amount of words a lot and maintain the exact same level of conveying the sentiment, we'll say. And I'll use math. I use this example like 20 times, but I'm live streaming, so forgive me. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 8. That's a lot of characters, because that's how tokens work. It's character consumption, or multiple characters come together. 2 times 4, 8. Same. You used a lot less tokens there. Keep in mind, these large language models, they don't actually like do the math there most of the time. They just go ahead and like extrapolation. They extrapolate. I'll give you the example of extrapolation. If I say to you 2, 4, 6, you have the word that comes out. You didn't sit there and figure out the mechanic of, is it a +2 mechanic or is it a +3 -1 mechanic? Is that what's the formula here? You didn't come up with the formula. You just heard it a lot of times in your past, maybe. And it just happened. You came up with 8. That's how they work. That's how weights kind of work. And so long story short, compression, squeezing things down, so long as it successfully extrapolates, does really, really good for coding sorts of things, but really bad for design. And that's why you never see me do quick on something that's design related, unless I did the design, finished it, and then I say quick, wire it in, for example, put it on the deployment. Because in design, you want the exact opposite. You want in design to have a bunch of I don't want to say adjectives, a bunch of words that come together that complete your vision. More words, more expression makes it easier for whoever it is, in this case it's a machine, to know what you mean for design. Like, is it gonna be blue? It's gonna be blue. It's gonna be blue, but also there should be accents. Okay, what do you mean by accents? Accents is just on the borders specifically, not all the borders, some of them. Okay, which borders? These, the opposing borders. And then because it's a dynamic thing, they turn around. So you just talk and talk and talk and talk, and then it gives you your vision, and then you can create whatever you want. So you don't want to compress design stuff. That was a horrible design example, but I think you know what I mean. I hope you do. Your setup of compression can still be compound. You mean like the context window? Wait. Because chatting and coding in ChatGPT is different. Claude will charge you the same for chatting and coding. Oh, you mean like the, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but I never use chat, just use code all the time. And I'm okay with that. Like, everything stays. Like, usually I have bevs and this, that, and in the chat I realize it doesn't remember some of the things that I said before. But then in the code it does. And I do watch my like MD file. There's several MD files. There's the memory.md, there's the skill.md, there's decisions.md. I don't know if you know. There's like a decisions.md. Claude likes to make these MD files. And so occasionally I'll do like a cleanup. I'll be like, all right, seems like we need to go back and fix some things, you know. So yeah, you can do that manually. Like, you can just go back and ask it, like, link me to my decisions.md file. And trust me, you'll find something, a decision that is just not something you wanted to remember there. And it'll just remember it. And every time, this is where the compounding comes in. What Jabbar is saying. Al-Jabbar. Jabbar means strong. I think that's what I mean. That's where the compounding happens, because it just keeps, it goes through it every time. It's like an index. It's like an index of things that it needs to go through to make sure it gives you the correct answer. And then you're just polluting the index with unnecessary context. And then every time you start a new conversation, the initiation of your chain of thought, which is basically the first couple % of your context window, okay, includes that other stuff that you just one time a long time ago said, don't do that, about a specific very specific one-time thing. And it gets there in the beginning of every new chat, new session that you do. If you don't go back and check your MD files, ask it, what are the MD files that exist? What do you know about me? I want full control. Link me to every single MD file you have on me or for me. And then go one by one and actually control it, control your environment. This is my biggest problem with Nexa, by the way. Because Nexa auto controls it for you, which is a really nice feature for people who don't know about this. But for somebody who's kind of more on the manual side like me, I need an off button. If I have an off button, that's it. I switch tomorrow, today. But yeah, once Reza finishes like some of the UI stuff, and probably has a bunch of things he's working on now, then I'll go back and complain. And I want to see if I can kind of figure out how I can adjust things, because there's a lot of customization with it. And I also think maybe I have a solution, because maybe there's a solution, maybe. I don't even know how to explain the solution properly, but basically a bunch of algorithms. Instead of like hard manual code, tell it to make the hard code that does things instead of getting the agentic or getting the LLM to do some of the things which he does get it to do. If you like multimodal, you should look into Hermes bot. It gives you more options. A lot of people really like Hermes, right? There's an off button, so Claude removes all the pre-installed prompt, includes the on the back end too. So it is pure Fable or whatever model you use. Oh, okay. Then it already exists. I couldn't find it before, and I had to manually, or not manually, I had to make Fable go into Nexa and like remove plugins that I clicked, because I enabled a bunch of plugins. I think it added rules when you enable plugins. It's free and installs open code inside it. You have everything. T3 kind of did that as well when I downloaded T3. Next, don't give you much option at the moment until you release the upgrade version. Yeah. There. Next one, Anthropic. There's a command. There's an off button, so Claude removes all the pre-installed prompt. I can't believe I didn't know about this. Wait. Hold on. Actually, let's not get too distracted. Let me read this really quick. There's a subsidy route exists. 2 are usable today. Free new user quota. Plan person. AI Catalyst program. Recommendation. Activate 1 now for the trial run. Put number 2 light on if you like the model. Submit number 3 in parallel. It costs nothing, and 2 billion tokens would cover every BEV for a year. No way, bro. No. Every BEV for a year. Huh. I have a lot of BEVs. Is this a serious thing? Like they're just giving everyone free everything? This like find its way. Claude, Opus 5 is the best designer, not Fable 5. I have mixed experience with that, and I've said before, like actually, that Opus 5 did a really good job with UI, better than Fable once, and that was the only time ever that anything did Fable level. But that was a clear Opus 5 did better for the first time. But other than that, never happened for me. So I just defaulted back to Fable. I want it on Nexa. Ow. I want it on Nexa. How? How? Just tell me how. Use extra high. Yeah. When I first started, I was using. I didn't know. I was using Ultra the whole time for everything, and I was doing a really good job. I just didn't know that you can do as good a job on medium, depending on the task. And then Ultra would just eat up at your tokens. And I made a mistake where I said, go find every single gym in Kuwait, like, and audit them in detail to find one gym that is near me, closest to me, that has these three things. You'd be surprised. Like, this is really hard to find. No gym exists in Kuwait like this. Sauna, ice, what is it called? The cold. You know, the water cold. What, I can't believe I forgot the name. The really cold water that you jump in. And punching bag. Those three things. Couldn't find a gym. Couldn't find a gym. All of the punching bag gyms are like dojos where there's like teams and there's like people, and I don't want that. I learned once, learned enough. I just want the cardio. I want the strength. I want the bone density by hitting it constantly, and then the whole body just gets more dense, like skating. I don't want to sit there with people together, together. Which good for you if this is your vibe, right? Together, and we're like, oh, and a coach yelling at me. It's not my vibe. And I couldn't find. I just could not find the gym, and I know because I know that there's like maybe it's just not online, but it exists. So that's true. But I could not. I went too detailed. And when I ran Ultra Code Fable, it spawned a bunch of agents. We're talking like 50 agents. So imagine how much it cost. It went immediately jumped up to like 1.4 M tokens. I saw that. I saw 1.4 M tokens. I thought it was a mistake. Like, what? I didn't know it was possible. Just didn't know it was possible. But it did a really good job. It did a really good job. Like I have gyms now. I know the gym landscape of Kuwait very well. And unfortunately, this is my gym now. It's like right here. That's my gym. The only reason I would pay is so I can have those three things together at the same time. And I wouldn't drive too far away for it. So I would actually, I would drive. But yeah, that's sad. Alright, let's see what this said. Whoa, I think it just went for it. I may or may not have it already. Let's see. So this said, checking how Nexa defines provider lanes, and then below it said endpoint confirmed, and it said done. It says done over here. Quen says the Quen lane is wired into Nexa's existing dev Nexa workspace. Your 3 steps. Get the key, free quota. Model Studio Singapore console. Then Nexa workspace dev Nexa new terminal lane. And then lane auto. This is what I wanted. This is why I wanted Nexa exactly. I literally said this yesterday. Literally yesterday, okay? I was like, I need a workspace that is flexible so I can try all the new models once a new model comes in, and it's justified for me to go switch from Fable to someone else. And I'm sorry, Fable, don't want to cheat on you, but you know, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a model that comes out that's open source that just works well enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be open source. And in this case, because of you, Jabbar, if this is real and it's actually good, I'm not saying that just like I'm not saying I don't trust you. I'm just default. My natural is I'm skeptical. It's not you. It's me. Okay, I'm skeptical. But if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, then this is a game changer, right? And the fact that it's a $2.4 trillion parameter model, I don't know. I'm feeling hopeful, feeling a little optimistic about this Quen 3.8 Max. So yeah, now Nexa opens that door. It opens that door for me. I guess I'll have to do that part off stream. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say back to the bev. I feel like I'm forgetting something. If I am, you guys let me know if I'm forgetting something. Did I say I'm gonna do something that I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, meme gyan. I wanted to see if there was like I just wanted to see what that thing is, and what I'm gonna do first, just in case it reveals sensitive information, is I'm gonna check here. Oh no, that was not the correct one. What is it? This is the correct one. There we go. I'm gonna check what you said of that button that's an option. Developer, maybe? No. General? System tray, computer use. Env Claude / code / simple equals 1. Claude, this is the code the main dev told in real. Okay, so it is a dev thing. Edit config, wait, developer docs. Okay, so this is the official page, I guess. Build an MCP server, Client SDK security build an agent. Yeah, never mind. Does not seem like the page. This is a word I don't know. Oh, specification enhancement. I don't know what that means. I've tried it, but he says it works, not a button in terminal. Somehow you do this. Oh, well, it's a nice feature. Maybe it is something that's just only accessible in the SLI. Saying vibe coding instead of the obvious self-explanatory AI coding is how Gen douche hides ignorance behind trendiness. What do you think I do? How long have you been here? Stupid internet people. Wow, that's your name. Okay. The Anthropic dev guy told this in an Insta reel, so I saved it. Anthropic dev guy. Stupid internet people. Do you have any tips for me? Do you think he's still there? Are you sitting there thinking, what do I type? What do I type? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think the person's still there. Okay. MC registry ecosystem. This doesn't make any sense. I thought it was in the config. Anyway, we'll go back. BRB TYT Mimgian. We'll go back to the bev. Modify the bev. So I don't know if you remember earlier, I was thinking I don't like where it says oh, that's not it. Here. The one we keep building. Like that shouldn't be a part of the centralizing text. That should just be something that's in my brain because that's what it is. So it shouldn't be in the bev. And that's usually what I do when I build these bevs. So I'm going to say back to the bev. Back to the bev. Let's narrow down the centralizing text. Focus more on the purpose. Or stay within the purpose. The current purpose, not the future plan, like the one we keep building, which I just gave you as context so you could understand the purpose. Okay, let's narrow down the centralizing text. I'm also going to say path of least resistance. Now, path of least resistance actually means something in this context because a part of the bev skill, a tenant basically of it, is path of least resistance, which, by the way, I'm reinforcing now because in that section of the bev, it says that. Like in that section, it says the path of least resistance is just choose the easiest thing, go for it in this way. I forget exactly what it says, but typically one of the things is make the centralizing text very specific to the purpose. So it didn't do a good job here. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but always you want to make sure you get the bev correct, the centralizing text and the bev correct. If you use the bev skill or a variant, you can just make your own. See, however you think about things. I'll send this for now. All right, narrowed. Let's read the new one. The owner can open one throwaway page and compare three. All right, yeah, that works. All right, it's telling me auto run. Might as well auto run. I'll auto run it, and you'll see what it gives me. And then you get a really good sense of how I'm building things because I always do these sorts of evs. Although like it's not like this is a small ev. Usually I just add things to it, so long as they can be added while keeping the centralizing text small and narrow, because the centralizing text is what prevents it from drifting too much. Reduces hallucination, that sort of stuff. We'll have a lot of phases, but it won't have a lot of very, very different phases. It's all one kind of purpose. I try to keep it in the same lane. This might take a while, honestly. Might as well play the game. Alright, I'm gonna go horde mode, and I am going to simply just go wyvern, orc, dusk, grim, storm, castle, raid. Let me put the site keywars.io. Rat, axe, warhorn, shadow, charge. If I can make it to level 10, or I guess level 11, then I can, for the first time, see what my beautiful, beautiful creation looks like. Gallop, longbow, oath, horde, banner, raven, conquest, jump. Yeah. Jump. Valor, jump. Storm, jump. Conquest, I need to get the boss. Oh no. Oh my god. That's just embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. The thing is, it's supposed to be like easier with a team, and I deliberately made the log frequency happen a lot, but target one person on the team at a time, which is ideally supposed to like get people to want to play with other people, which I'm feeling myself. I want you to play with me so I can win. Join the lobby. I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna go again, actually. You wanna join the lobby? It's called prod. Yeah, pretty much working. Let me see. Let's see where we are in the bev. All right, the bev is done with the audit and at the implementation plan phase. And then it's going to do a verification, which may or may not just hijack my screen. May or may not. It's supposed to not. It's supposed to open up its own little instance. A little Chrome instance. Okay. I wasn't using my skills. That's the problem. I should just use them always. Dragon. It's funny. I'm so used to typing fast and hitting space that I just end up jumping. Every time I hit space, I jump. So it just kind of happens now. Raven. Tower, Imp. Longbow. Storm. Siege. Siege. Iron. Longbow. Loot. Nice. Loot. Horde. Banner. Horde. I should CC immediately when I see the boss. What the hell? He threw two of them, but I jumped over both. It actually got hard. The game actually got hard. It's kind of a good thing. When there's a balanced team, when there's an actually balanced team that collects the different trinkets and builds the team, then they'll have a flow. They'll have a flow. There's some trinkets that Pable came up with, which I just don't like the idea for. Like some of them don't make sense. These ones I haven't added yet, and I may not add. They're in the rough draft category, you could say, where maybe I just don't add them at all. These ones have just been added, so actually they should be moved to the live. And so I'll do that now, and then I'll click save. And then I'll have my bug. So this is a bug. This always happens. It opens up a file for save instead of actually just saving. But yeah, this whole page anyway is just for organization. He needs to be added as well. I'll clean up later. Alright, I'll play another game. See if I can actually beat the boss this time. I want to go with the damage type. My favorite guy, this guy. And I'm gonna go also Wait, hold on. What's the mend ability do? I don't want to have the pause ability. I want to have the mend. The mend. And let me just read it through. So, heals only while below 3 hearts mend. So if only if I'm below 3 hearts I can do it, and it just gives me a heart. +1. Which means that I won't be able to stack hearts using it because I'm not a buff type. Which is kind of a kind of a really nice mechanic. I actually didn't come up with this one. Pablo did, and I was like, let's just go with all of them, put all of them out, and then I'll test them. All right. The fact that it's orange alone is gonna help me. Moat, Crow, Herald, Grim, Crow, Ember. Alright, okay. Yalla. And I have the Yalla ability also. Spectre. Crown. Loot. There's a passive, by the way. Sometimes you'll see that yellow thing that says shrapnel. That's a passive of the blast. It just goes and targets one of them and gets them. I got them all. I got wave 3 easy with the damage guy. That was weird. I was typing the correct thing, I'm pretty sure, but Vanguard, okay. Alright. I think I'm gonna make it with this guy. Fortress. Solo today, solo. Past couple of days we had so many people. Maybe everyone was already bored of this and I need a lot more new stuff. Berserker. Conquest. Warrior. Or I should just play this a lot. Stronghold. Gallop. Nightfall. Basilisk. Blast. Okay. Level 6. I made it to level 6. Heart. Sword. Gauntlet. Warlock. Devastation. Spellbound. Ella. Fortress. Halberd. Oof. Ah. No. It's actually so hard when you're alone. I think I got carried. I don't know, but I thought I was doing things. I thought I was contributing, but no. I guess I was carried. Must have gotten quite carried. Alright, so it took over. And now you're just basically watching the Shuf Sand skill being used. And Cloud Code has hijacked the screen, you could say. And now we're watching this AI development take place. Hands off. And usually what I do when the bev, when it's a big one, this is kind of a small one. When it's a big one, what I do is I just kind of let it run. And like I said, there's a lot of detail and structure and stuff going on. Like you can see how much there is here. Like all this text comes together to produce the beauty that it is about to produce. V1, V2, like it went ahead and like created the theme, and then and this is without any of the reasoning for producing anything anyway, or yet, right? Which means that when it does come in, it has a really good guide for where it needs to go. So I'm excited to see in public, you get to see it live, just how well this can work. And I think it'll work well. We'll see. The verification really is like the superpower. Verification is where it comes in and actually does things. Which is the phase we're in now. Today is a chill day. Slower day. Saturday. Sata. Ooh. Hmm. Wow, it went full table mode here. It went a lot of wood block, wooden stuff. Still building, but you can kind of see. Like this is the window that's popped up, but you can kind of see what's happening in the background. This weapon rack thing. Oh. Again, still building, but it is weird. Like it'll make these sorts of mistakes and then you have to manually come in and remove them. This is kind of also strange at the bottom. Features. Maybe that's just options because it knows from history and memory and just being trained on me really that I like options. Like I like having parameters. When you build something and there are parameters, and there typically are parameters, you parameterize things, put them there for me so I can adjust them, tweak them, and say this is how they should be immediately from the beginning. Ooh, this one's nice also. I kind of like this. Yeah, it's changing. It's clicking all the buttons to see what is and isn't okay. We could go with a lobby like this, where basically it's like you're inside the Minecraft chest the whole time when you're in the lobby. I don't know. I think it kind of does work, but at the same time, I did want that GTA lobby feel. Like the GTA lobby where you have everyone's standing next to each other. There's one guy in the front, that's you. And as you're changing your skin, everyone sees it. That's actually important. It says lineup. I don't know if you can see. I'll make sure you can here. It says lineup. It moved. So that does exist. The lineup thing does exist. But I was thinking of making the lineup like a dominant thing in the home page, in the lobby page. and everything's kind of built around the lineup. But at the same time, I do want to see everything. That's why I wrote this throwaway script bev. And if you were here from before, you can see like the throwaway script, or you will know that the throwaway script is meant to be this way. Test things out, push the limits. Hmm. It got I would say a lot more complicated. Like all of the buttons, which could be a good thing, but I'm not sure. That's gonna be a creative decision, like a style decision. Maybe not style, theme. Theme. Like what I'm trying to say is like it's one of those the creative decisions where you have to there's a trade-off and you have to just choose. Like, do I want this to be a complicated thing, really complicated, where people can invest their time and choose their build like a lot, like World of Warcraft. You know, like World of Warcraft type of a game. You do a lot versus something that's a lot faster, where you don't really have to spend a lot of time setting everything up. Like the the most extreme example, chess. Chess, you know, is the polar opposite of that. And then games that I'm thinking of, like the GTA Mobile, where you have a loadout, or the Mobile Legends equivalents, where you have a loadout. Those are kind of in the middle. They're in the middle. But each one of them skews in either side, basically, of how minimal it is or how extreme it is in terms of customization and what you can and can't do, or I should say, can and can't change. Now, where do I want to be in that spectrum? That's the throwaway script. I want to see all my options. I want to see the spectrum. Oh, I think this is like a timeline thing of like what is and isn't complete because they were all red and now they're becoming all green. So maybe this is like there's two to go, you know? 27 out of 29 features. It's like logging all the things that need to be done. On the bev side, it still looks like this. So that's usually about how long a phase takes. And you saw it, like it can take a while to do one phase. And some of the bevs that I've ran, like there's a lot of phases. Yesterday I ran a bev to redo the game and push it live. Basically, the fact that you have all these maps now, and also all these maps have some controls. Like for example, this where is it? Oh yeah, this. So you can see like you can. I didn't implement this yet, but you can see you can. You have the starting kind of speed and the way it all looks, and then you have the perpetual run, which is basically what it looks like in game while you're going. It's a little faster. Um, following around, and then you have like the end. You can see it's still moving, but it's really slow. Uh, and so yesterday's Bev, which had a lot of phases, made all this like in the studio. The maps were already made, but all the controls weren't, and the parameterization or parameterizability, all this stuff that I just showed you, this is what parameters is. If anyone's curious, You can choose the colors, you can choose like the settings, like plus, minus, all the stuff. Which then just gives you a nice, quick ability to just say, all right, port this, you know, or migrate this or add this. Of course, we added a bunch of these. I think this is hilarious. This is cute. This says lost. This one says give up. Doom. These as well. All that was one bev. One bev did all that. Ah, the bev is done. Today's bev, which only had 3 phases, basically, you can see it did. Yeah, it did all the phases successfully, and now we can actually check. So, let's check what it did. First, I'm going to do this so that it takes up the whole screen. And now, in this throwaway script, at the top over here, we have the 3 versions. And this is 3 totally different versions of what the game can look like. Or what the lobby of the game can look like. This is lobby number 1, produced by Fable. You have the war chest. Interesting mechanic here. If you click on the war chest, it opens up, which I think is actually really nice. Oh. You can drag it to the table. So it does work, the dragging to the table. Okay, this isn't working. I'm clicking the buttons. I'm unable to take it out. Forge convert looks like this. This is where you can kind of throw them away and get XP. Oh, it did get some XP. Some things work, some things don't, but it doesn't matter. For now, just the overall look. Does that make sense? You got the wardrobe. It called it a wardrobe. That's nice. Can I close it though? I can. Say something bubbles overhead. Interesting, because like you could do that. You could talk to people with bubbles instead of a chat. Come on. Start. Not bad, not bad. For a reimagination, I am expecting this amount of, I guess you could say, variability, variety. Not bad, it's not horrible. Keep an open mind, because potentially, we end up, we do end up working on this, we make these trinkets not just an image. We can make them into like things, floating things, changing things. There's a lot of directions we can take. This obviously, this section needs to be fixed. It's not symmetrical. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't like it, to be honest. I don't hate it though. Select the slot. Alright, this could be one of those situations where it kind of just messed up and then you don't even see what it did. You don't give it justice because it messed up. And yeah, this is just too complicated. This is too much, really. The lineup doesn't show. Yeah, version 2, the ledger was a complete failure. Here you have the table. So here it just has sections. The lineup looks like this. I don't like it also. This is like a minimal, just kind of Wait, is this a real chat? What? Whoa. I think it just went ahead. I think it went ahead and generated this chat. I don't know. I don't remember having that conversation. Oh yeah, it did just generate. That's funny. Okay. Uh, that's funny. Because ironically, those were the people that were here today. Like, okay. Yeah, I think the only one that's really potentially a good idea is the tavern. I think the tavern style can work for this, but at the same time, maybe if we kind of combine the tavern with the current existing one, that's probably what I'm going to do. I combine the tavern with the existing one. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but I am. Um, all right. I think I should end the stream. This was a good, it's a chill stream. I actually got things done for the first time today. A lot slower than usual, but still, thank you for coming, watching. Imgan, Jabbar. I'm really happy that you told me about this Alibaba Quen 3.8 Max thing, because it could be, who knows? Maybe, maybe not. It could be a pretty big game changer. Ying, new person. Welcome. Zico came back. Stupid internet people. Also you. Thank you for engaging. Albeit negative. It's engagement. Jay. Thank you, Jay. All you guys. As I was here also. Sudar. Handle up. Handle up. Epic Fusion. Cosmoki. I think I got all the names. Yeah, I want to say the names just because I realize that there's a lot of lurking going around. And honestly, I do that too. Like, I'm not always up for the chat, you know? I don't want to just chat all the time. Sometimes I just have it passively, I do other things. So, if you're here, if you're listening, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching the stream, and that's it.